What is up, guys? You saw the title, you read the thumbnail, you know what's happening today. We're finally building the wood shop area and finally going to be covering up the iron farm. So obviously that starts with getting the wood for the build as well as some other materials with, you know, stripping down wood, cutting down trees, growing trees, cutting them down immediately after, you know, all that good stuff. Just resource harvesting, just getting at it. This took me a little while, but thankfully, power of editing, you don't have to sit there with me. This isn't a live stream. Alright, let's keep moving. So now that we've got all the resources, and we can actually start with the build. Here we are starting with the build. So, it's a pretty typical style of mine. You know, foundation and logs on the corner to give the build more of a structural integrity feel. As you can see, with the place that we're covering up with glass instead of the oak wood is the iron farm. So while we're in here doing our stuff and the iron farm's running, we can actually see the iron farm and the iron golems going into lava and all that, you know. So this is one of those builds where it's on a bit of a larger scale, so I struggle a little bit to get details in there because I'm not good at larger scale builds, but I do my best. So, you know, that's all we can really do at the end of the day, is just try our best. And so I really enjoy this sort of wood pattern, not the wood, the floor pattern. I've done it other places, like in the city and stuff. And now I'm building a ramp to go up to the entrance where we're gonna, you know, have a cart in there. So this ramp is the cart entrance. This is where people can bring the carts into. Now think about it, I never did make a normal entrance, only the cart entrance, but I think that's fine. So yeah. We need to make it so that carts are going in and out so that we can sell the idea that this place is where the city gets its wood from. So continuing with the walls here, again, it's not anything crazy, pretty basic, just some stripped spruce wood. But I think it really does well in this sort of spot, especially with the other wood where we have, you know, we're surrounded by trees and stuff out here. There's not too many, you know, abnormal resources, so if they need to build something quick and easy so that they can store the wood that they're harvesting, just build it out of the wood you're already harvesting. So that's why I try to use a lot of woods in this sort of build. So it has 3 different kinds of woods in it, which now I think about it, it's probably pretty average for me. Probably could have incorporated some other kinds of woods in there, but that's fine. And so now we can do the interior, because obviously we're going to be in and out of this place, so this place needs to get an interior. I found lighting the place a bit tricky. It's a big area, so it's hard to light effectively, but I think I did pretty well. And I put in these shelves, each sort of column of shelves for a different type of wood, which still isn't enough for all the types of wood, so some of them are going to have to share, which is fine. Then getting that cart in there, decorating the cart a little bit, getting some logs in here, tying them down with rails, stuff like that, just really selling the place. Then heading outside to add some more details, we have the cart right here, where it's just an empty cart, kind of showing that we have some carts that are ready to go out, but they're just not quite out yet. And then I added a little house out here, which is just kind of there for stage setting. Just something out here to kind of give the area a bit more of a look to it, give it a bit more stuff out here so that it doesn't look so bland, and put some more detailing in there to help with the fact that the actual big build doesn't have too much detailing. But that's all I really have to say for this build, and I'll let you finish up the rest of the time lapse. So now I'm going to connect the wood chopping area to the rest of the city through a very long road that's going to go through the woods right there to the area. So that starts with building a bridge, obviously, so that we can, you know, get stuff over this river here. It's very similar to the bridge on the other side of the city area that we have here. You know, it's not much to it. It's pretty basic stone bridge, but it does the job. It's exactly what I need for this. And, you know, it was actually a bit tricky trying to get this right because the sections on the other side of the river are both different. So it was a bit hard, but we can go ahead and move on. So now we can actually go ahead and start building the road that's going to be going through the woods here with coarse dirt, and whenever there's like a step up, using some spruce slabs to make that a bit easier. As well, we had to go through and cut some trees at some of the denser parts, and then we built this bridge over this little cavern sort of area. And then we moved on to this area, which is right outside of the wood chopping area, and filling that in coarse dirt, making this area look more walked around, more used, and more, you know, areas where they're like chopping down trees and stuff. So now we can actually head back to the city to help out with the runtime of this video. The video would have been way too quick if I only did the wood chopping area. But we head back to the city and we can go ahead and do some more detailing here, because I did all this in like a month and I was really rushing to get the video out as fast as I could because I try to upload every 2 weeks. So, you know, a lot of the detailing just went undone. So I went to go ahead and added this garden here that's been sitting here, just an open patch. I've been meaning to put a garden here, but never got the chance to do it in a video. So just using the opportunity here, and I went ahead and did that. I then went around and bone mealed the alleyways where people really wouldn't be walking to show that people aren't walking through there, and kind of make the area look more overgrown because no one's going to be over there. Better set dressing. Then to finish up the detailing in the actual base, I went around, not the base, the city. I went and grabbed some firefly bushes that were recently added, and I made this road before it, so I had to go a couple of thousand blocks away to go to some unloaded chunks to find it. But now that I have it, I'm pretty happy. And I went around and placed it around the bay. Around the bay? The riverbed? Not the riverbed. The shore. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Around the shore to kind of liven the area up, add some fireflies at night, stuff like that. Now to go ahead and finish up the actual extra detailing that we're doing, I finally put flowers in that greenhouse right there. And then I went around and put fog lights in the windows of all of the houses, because not every build's gonna get an interior. I know I said in the past I will do an interior for every single build, but I kind of realized that's really gonna lag out my world a lot, and I'm not gonna see half of them half the time, so what's the point? So not every build's gonna be getting an interior. Maybe in the future I can put interiors in these builds when I have a better PC, but it's just not gonna happen right now. But to wrap up this entire video, I'm going to be playing this clip of me walking around the wood chopping area, and to kind of help you get a feel of what we actually did today. I know I kind of rushed through it. It's been a bit of a long week. I'm trying. But I'm really excited for you guys to watch this video. Really happy if you stuck around. Thank you so much. It really helps out if you stick around. Not a lot of people do. And it helps YouTube push the video more if you stick around. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Hopefully subscribing, maybe even liking. And I hope to see you in the next video where we will be working on the city once again. Later.